The 2024 Tesla Model Y and Model 3 are here, and you know what that means. Time for an updated must-have accessories list for new owners. Nothing crazy, these are just the essentials to have day one to improve your ownership and driving experience. Fun fact, some accessories in this video used to be included straight from Tesla, but due to reasons that we can only assume relate to cost cutting, they no longer are. So yes, even Tesla themselves think some accessories are needed day one. Also, I will have every accessory mentioned linked below, and because the Y and 3 share 70% of parts, most accessories will be cross-compatible, but if not, I will have both the Y and 3 versions linked as well. Last thing before we get started, this video is going up a week before Black Friday. And just like last year, Test Stuff is giving everyone that watches the YouTube channel early access to our Black Friday sale. More information on that and the promo code at the end of the video. Starting us off with probably the most recommended accessory, I don't think I've ever not mentioned it, a screen protector. Considering there is no heads-up display cluster, all the information you need is on this single screen, so it's a good idea to protect it. And even if you don't have kids or animals, what about putting stuff in and out of the front seat? All it takes is that one time and then you got a massive scratch, chip, or even a crack. Earlier this year, my screen protector actually saved my screen when I was reaching for my glove box, phone in hand, and it just so ever barely clipped the corner of the screen. Also, don't forget the two other reasons that I've preached on why to get a screen protector. The oleophobic coating, which makes touching and swiping super smooth, and if you opt for a matte one, the anti-glare capabilities. I recommend a screen protector ASAP once you get the car. Now, the next accessory also has to do with protection. Floor mats. The floor mats that come with any Tesla are just super flimsy, they're made of cloth, and they look terrible after like 3 drives. So get yourself some nice all-weather floor mats. The trade-off used to be that all-weather floor mats were super ugly and bulky and like that really thick rubber, but nowadays we have layered XPE floor mats. Still the same protection, but cleans up much easier, lighter for added efficiency, and they match very well with the car. At the bare minimum, cover the cabin. So get mats for the driver, passenger, and rear passenger floorboards. However, if you're looking for that full protection, you can go even further and get mats for the trunk well, frunk, and even ones with hook and loop fasteners, otherwise known as Velcro, to put on the back of the seats. So if you need to put your seats down and haul something around, you're protected. Now, this next accessory is actually accessories because it's a 2-for-1. I recently reviewed both of them here on the channel. You all seemed to really like them, and they're on a massive sale right now. First one is the portable tire inflator. I seriously love this thing. It can pump up all 4 tires on a single charge, can automatically detect what your current PSI is, along with automatically shutting off when it reaches your desired PSI, whatever you set it to. It charges via USB-C, has a built-in flashlight, and even doubles as a battery bank in case you're stranded and need to charge up your phone or something like that. Now, these are going on sale over on Amazon on the 20th, but Fantech, the makers, have given me an early access code to give to you all. So starting today, the 17th, you can get the 30% off Black Friday deal by clicking my link down below and using code BFRIDAYX8. And while this sale does go through November 30th, just like last year, they'll probably sell out well before then. Also, the 30% off puts the price of this thing in perfect gift giving range. And even if they don't own a Tesla, everyone needs a tire inflator with them in case of emergencies. And then the second one is a portable vacuum cleaner. This is also made by Fantech, so it's super high quality, very compact, charges via USB-C, the whole deal. It comes with a plethora of nozzles, including one for dog hair on carpet, has a turbo mode, easy to clean. It's just great for keeping your car clean. And just like the tire inflator, you can get 30% off for Black Friday over on Amazon. And you can get early access via my link down below and using promo code BFRIDAYV8. But speaking of things you should keep in your car in case of emergency, our next accessory jack pads. I seriously can't believe Tesla doesn't offer these with the car, as you literally cannot jack up the car without them unless you want to run the risk of damaging the battery. You just slot them into the jack holes and you're good to go. They're good for tire swaps, rotations, or you just need to get the car off the ground for whatever reason. And even if you have no plans to ever do any of that, what if something happens, you break down, and roadside assistance comes to your rescue, but they don't have jack pads either? You're gonna wanna have them just in case. They're inexpensive, just keep them in your car. I keep mine in the same storage bag as all my charging adapters. Now, this next one is for any Model Y owners with the 20-inch induction wheels, 21-inch Uber turbines, or Model 3 owners with the 20-inch Uber turbines. Rim protectors from Magback. They do exactly what the name implies. They are there to protect your rims. I recently did an entire video reviewing these, and since that video, some of you all have reached out thanking me for the recommendation. Because, well, events transpired, otherwise known as your significant other who couldn't park straight in an empty lot, took the car out and came back with the whole "I don't know how that happened" response. But the Magback rim case did their job. Easy to install, great protection, easy to swap if damaged. Magback sells single replacements. They're practically invisible. A fantastic pickup for anyone who is sticking with the factory wheels and wants to keep them protected. Now, remember when I said that there were some accessories that Tesla used to include with your car on delivery day, but don't anymore? Well, those accessories would be inserts. And while Tesla would only include 2 inserts, there's actually about 5 that I would recommend. Center console and armrest for keeping things organized and within reach. However, make sure that the center console insert you get is a sliding one, so it's much easier to access anything underneath. And then for the armrest insert, make sure that it has a cutout for the plug in case you ever need to use it, so you don't got to take it out and then just have it sitting in your car randomly. Now, the next 2 inserts are in the same general area. First is the cup holder. Tesla cup holders have no padding and are ever so slightly too big for 99% of normal sized drinks. So they move and rattle while you're driving. An insert stops that while also being very easy to clean should something ever spill over and down into the cup holder area, which I think we've all had happen at one point in time. Second is the hidden insert. Both the Model 3 and Y have a little slot under the armrest that is just big enough for a box to fit that can keep items out of sight, like a wallet or keys. And the final insert, trunk storage. If you have a Model Y or a refresh Model 3, then you have a cubby on each side of your trunk. Pre-refresh 3 just has one. Highly recommend you get an insert with a lid so these cubbies become proper storage compartments. I personally keep microfibers and quick detailing cleaning solution here. But I know a lot of people that use them for dirty shoes or just stuff that you want kept separate from the rest of your trunk. Okay, maybe I wouldn't include those last 2 inserts as being essential day one, but they're super cool and handy. Now, this next one, some people might consider a modification instead of an accessory, but most people that get it done within just a few weeks or even days after taking delivery. Window tint and or PPF. I personally think tint is essential. These vehicles are absolute fish bowls. However, the strength of the tint can be subjective, as what I have might not be what you would need and or want. So feel free to DM me over on Twitter or Instagram with what you're kind of looking to achieve, and I'll get back to you with some recommendations. I have seen recently though that some people are opting for no tint and just getting something like a roof sunshade. While I don't understand it, and I would still 100% recommend tint on these cars, if you want to go that route, I'll have a really good roof sunshade link down below. It's actually the one that I personally use, and it is pretty great at cutting down on heat and light coming into the cabin. But what might be even more subjective than tint is PPF. Is it worth it? Is it not? PPF is really only worth it if you care about the car's paint and are planning to keep it long-term 7+ years. It really is a just for you thing. And even then, do you actually care about the car's paint, or is it that new car brain doing the thinking? I personally have PPF. I don't regret it, but I also got a really good deal on mine. You just got to make that decision on your own. Now, for something that I originally thought was pointless, but have since seen the light to, a phone mount. And while I still prefer a dash mounted phone mount because screen on screen just looks kind of weird to me. If you're going to get a screen mounted one, mag back is the way to go. It looks OEM when attached to the screen, wire routing is almost invisible, and it even puts the phone at an angle facing you instead of just pointing straight back. They also sell phone cases, so even if you don't have an iPhone with MagSafe, you can still use this phone mount. And apparently their phone cases are actually pretty highly regarded in the phone case community, which I didn't know was a thing up until like 3 months ago. Now, for people wondering about Test Stuff's dash mounted phone mounts, because I've kind of been hinting at them and teasing at them for a while, they will be live before the end of our Black Friday deal. And I promise you all are gonna love them. Winding down here at our second to last must-have day one accessory, a very inexpensive way to protect your Tesla, especially if you're not getting PPF. Mud flaps. They do what their name suggests, but also catch a lot of rocks that inevitably get kicked up from your own tires. Most people that get PPF will get it on the entire front, but also on the side rockers and halfway up the doors, because those are the high impact areas. So if spending a few grand just isn't up your alley, but you still want some protection on a high impact area, well then get yourself some mud flaps. And if you do have PPF or are planning to get PPF and want some bonus protection, just throw the mud flaps on top of them. That's what I and many other people do. And for our final accessory, an SSD or maybe an Endurance micro SD card. Let me explain. Every Tesla comes with a normal USB stick. It messes up a lot and only has like 64 gigabytes of space. And well, you probably want a reliable storage device for your dash cam and Sentry mode that you don't need to wipe every 3 months. And while Tesla will gladly sell you a extremely overpriced SSD directly from their website, I mean, seriously, who's paying $300 for a terabyte of storage? I would highly recommend not buying the Tesla one. Now, to explain the SSD versus Endurance micro SD card, essentially some people say that you shouldn't keep an SSD in your car if you live in a place that experiences extreme climates due to SSD's operating temps. I've personally never had a problem with it, but if you think that the climate may be a problem, then yeah, just go ahead and get an Endurance micro SD card. I'll have a really good Endurance micro SD card linked below, along with the USB stick adapter that you're gonna need. But those are all of the day one essentials that I'd recommend every new Tesla owner picks up. If you have an accessory that you think qualifies that I missed, drop a comment down below to let others know. Also, as for the Test Stuff Black Friday deal that I mentioned earlier, we are going to be running a 20% off everything, along with free shipping on most items using promo code Cyber Friday. Also, please be aware that all Black Friday deal orders will be shipped out the first week of December, so they will make it to you before Christmas. Feel free to subscribe if you're new and want to see more Tesla related videos in your sub box. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.